Welcome to Idle Red Hands. I'm Jeremy, and today we are unboxing the Alien RPG. So the physical copy arrived. I pre-ordered it. The release date for the retail version is December 10th. So let's take a look inside and see what we got. So we got bubble. Big bubble wrap. All right, so here are the dice. So they give you both the stress dice and then the base dice. And as you can see, they have the success symbols on them, which they also indicate with a 6. And then the stress, the panic roll, which is the face hugger. And then also the success 6. And it's nice that they actually put the numbers on there, because if you use custom dice that just have blank sides or just have the effects and there's nothing designated for 1 or 6, then when you have to roll on the d6 tables, it's a little difficult because you need it then a separate pair of dice to do that. So those look nice. Nice and etched. So, yeah, so 10 of each. Oh, and it's nice too, they're not the heat-sealed packages. So let's open these up real quick. So here's the stress dice. They're just stapled, so you don't have to get a razor out. Oh yeah, they're nice weighted dice, look like 16 mil. Yeah, those are great. And the base dice. That's cool. Again, they are just stapled, so much easier to deal with. Yeah, these are nice and very readable. The numerals, so very readable. No dots or pips to read. So yeah, really nice. Very clear, so even in low light you'll be able to see those. All right, so we have the dice. And then, of course, the cards. So this I was really interested in. They did a custom card deck, and I think they did some nice things with that. So let's take a quick look inside, because I've heard some nice things. So not only equipment, so gear cards are in here, which is something that I was definitely looking forward to, because the PCs acquire, you know, different things, especially during the cinematic starters. Oh, and there's characters as well. Wow. So just like in the books, they give you the character portraits and hopefully some stats on the back. That would be great. And do a closer look at these. Nice. So there's a roughneck and a pilot and a scientist, an officer. So some of these portraits look familiar and a little bit different. I noticed looking at the PDF. The PDF arrived early, and looking at the PDF, I noticed that the original character portraits were a little more loose, a little sketchier, and they were a bit more refined now for the finished version. So I've got a lot of character portraits to give you the look and feel of your character. Nice. And then it's like a landing craft. Yeah, the dropship. Oh, nice. All the familiar vehicles. And here we go. Here's the gear. So that's great. So an incinerator. And then, of course, on the back are stats. And let's double check. Yes, on the back for the vehicles as well, there are stats. And for the characters. Oh, nice. Yeah, they're all statted out. So basically NPCs. You have a whole selection of NPCs to go with, and their stats on the back, as well as their personal agenda. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so like a miniature version of the character sheets, which is really great. So here are all the weapons, and they're nice cards. They've got a nice finish to them, and seem nice and durable. So that's great. So all of the gear with all of the stats on the back. So as characters acquire things, they can actually take possession of these cards when they gear up. And then, like in Forbidden Lands, they give you initiative cards. So when you're drawing initiative, you've got the values on these cards. Nice. So you get 10 initiative cards, and then the gear. That's great. But now let's take a look at the books. So here, let me move this out of the way so we can take a nicer look. So nice and safely bubble wrapped inside the bag itself. So it looks like we've got the screen here and the maps and markers. And then the Chariot of the Gods. So this is the more finished version of the cinematic starter. The cinematic starter that they provided for free when you pre-ordered. Yeah, it looks nice, as in you can see some of the portraits look a little bit more refined, a little sharper. And then there's ship maps. And I think I noticed also from the PDF that they fix kind of the organization of the book. It's a little bit easier to find your way around. And of course, in a physical book, that's a little nicer too. You can just mark pages and flip between instead of scrolling up and down or having different instances of a PDF open. So that's nice. Soft cover of Chariot of the Gods. All right. And here are the maps and markers. So there's tokens and maps that were included in this set. And they also were included, digital versions in the PDF were also included. So let's take a look. Yeah, so it says, this map and marker pack contains useful gaming aids for the official Alien role-playing game. Large full-color double-sided map. Let's see, depicted space in the year 2183, and also the floor plan for Chariots of the Gods, game markers for helping keep track of characters, motion tracker pings, spaceship and spacecraft combat actions. Nice. So there's a little sleeve on those, and here we go. So here's the sheet of the token. So yeah, we've got silhouettes of characters, and we've got xenomorph types. So face huggers and then more evolved versions. And then ship pings and then the various combat actions. Nice. So things like go dark, target lock, accelerate, decelerate, fire weapon, power up engines. Great. So I think more for ship to ship combat. Those are nice. And let's pop one of these out. Yeah, nice thick tokens. Nice. And here's the map. So it's going to be hard to get all of this in, but this will give you some idea. So this is double-sided. So the first side is the star system. Nice. So there's everything appropriate to that time. And then here are the ships. Oh, this is Hadley's Hope on the back. Nice. Yeah, so here's all the floor plans for everything for the cinematic adventure Hadley's Hope, which I believe is included. It was presented at Gen Con. That was their demo. And the floor plans of Chariots of the Gods. Actually, that's a misprint. It's a floor plans of Hadley's Hope, unless Chariots of the Gods now takes place on Hadley's Hope. All right, and here's the Mother screen. So the Game Master is called Mother in this game, because you're usually speaking, your biggest NPC would be, the voice of the ship, the AI of the ship. All right, let's take a quick look. Oh, nice. Yeah, so it's a glossy, so there's the sheet on the back, so the Mother's screen. So as you can see, it's a glossy cover. Nice thick card. Oh, excellent. And there's everything inside. So all the useful information. So measuring time, stealth, short actions, fast actions, critical injury tables, or panic rolls. That's great to have all of that right there. So you can do that and just kind of present what is happening to the characters kind of in story. Nice. Yeah, and of course the gorgeous art on that side. So large xenomorph, but mostly black. So that's nice. And it looks great. The green on black looks really nice. Okay. And lastly, whoa, we have the big old book. So I didn't order the limited edition cover because I love the cover art so much, and I'm glad they didn't change it. That would have been terrible to order the regular edition because the cover art and then they changed it. But I think once they had this, they were going to stick with it. I really love that art. I think it's really beautiful. So I just stuck with the basic edition, and also because you beat things up, it's a shame, some of the nicer editions, it's a shame to watch them get beaten up as you're playing with them. But the book is, yeah, it's a nice thick, comparable to Tales from the Loop or their other thicker core books. And yeah, it looks really nice. Wow. So yeah, so the limited edition, they didn't quite have the final version, and I think what they ended up having for the final version is kind of like a xenomorph skin texture, and then the icon from the stress dice of the facehugger was like an emblem, like a 3D kind of object on the front of the book itself. Let's take a quick look. So there's the star map again, presented inside. Nice. So yeah, so this is the basically the cover of the limited edition with kind of a faux leather cover that kind of looks like alien skin. And we'll take a look through the book in more detail, possibly in another video, so we can take a look at the differences. But they have everything divided up, and these are going to be the full rules for both cinematic adventures and the campaign setting. So you have all the character classes, so the ability to make your own characters instead of just using NPCs. And yeah, it looks really nice. And they give you the timeline, and so they kind of, you know, really set up, give you the setting, and really help you know like what you can do within this world. And it's been spelled out in the movies and probably supported in, you know, books and comics and things. But this is nice that they have kind of everything together. So if you're wanting to plan your own adventures and things, you kind of know all the moving parts in this setting. Nice. Yeah, so cinematic play, campaign play, and then career and attributes for creating characters, starting attributes, skills, and talents. And so then each of the classes is going to have its own talents, stress, health. Right, yeah, so I'll be very interested to go through. And they have nice, yeah, consumables rules. I think in our review we kind of had mixed, between the three of us, kind of mixed feelings about how quickly ammo and things and air and things can run out if you roll badly enough. But I think that consumables works nice as being kind of an unpredictable. Spending XP, so leveling up. Nice. So here's our classes. So we've got Colonial Marines, Colonial Marshal, Colonial or Company Agent. Right, nice. So the Corp. Kids. There we go. So all those Newt fans out there can put their favorite kid, or just port over your Tales from the Loop character into Alien. The Medic, Officer, Pilot, Roughneck, Scientist, and I think we saw most of those in the cinematic starter in the NPCs. And then they go through the skills, rolling dice, and still I love the art. Sorry if I'm not pausing long enough over some of this art, but it's really gorgeous. I think they really did a good job of evoking the kind of cinematic feel of the setting, not making everything too sterile and still. But yeah, the artwork is nice and dynamic, and really sets the scale of things well. So combat rules, and all the skills and talents. Nice. Oh, that's right. So general talents and the moves, and then combat and panic. And that's interesting. We talked about that. They put those two things together. So combat and panic kind of go hand in hand, because you don't die very easily, but you're taken out of scenes easily. I mean, I guess you do die easily if you roll badly on panic tables, because you become incapable of moving and then will just get mauled. But the stress, the managing of your stress, you do much more than managing your health. Ambush and sneak attacks, close combat, ranged. Nice. They did, yeah, a little bit of setting at the beginning, and then got right into the rules. And I think because they'll need hope, so the hazards, yeah, disease, falling, drowning, vehicle combat. So this is the things we haven't seen before. So I think a lot of that was in the starter rules, and then yeah, vehicle combat. So how those things are going to work, and gear. So it looks like about the same. The gear is about the same setup. It's all the recognizable stuff. Other equipment, so vehicles, and there's tools. Oh, and then of course, yeah, equipment for here's vehicles. Tools for medics and things, and then the vehicles. And it's everything basically you've seen in Aliens. And here we go. So Weyland-Yutani. So vehicle, weapons. Alright. So, a hard life amongst the stars. So here we go. So talking about hypersleep and living in space, charted space, space stations. Nice. Yeah, so they're giving you a lot of detail on the settings that are specific to the general setting as opposed to a specific adventure. The media, entertainment, communications, law enforcement. All right, spacecraft basics. Nice. Oh, that's great. Yeah, they're still doing great stuff. Oh, here's all the dice. Yeah, the yellow and black with white are very readable, so that's nice. Nice modules on spacecraft. Great. Yeah, that was something that I think they released the spacecraft rules a little bit in advance for people to get a look at, kind of what they'd been working on before the full book came out. Space combat. Great. Pilot actions. Excellent. So, component damage. Yeah, so you've got rolls, just like you have panic rolls and damage rolls for aliens and enemies. You have rolls for ship effects. Your job is the game mother. Oh, good. Here's the game master section. So the game principles. Oh, this is nice. This is a thing that Free League does often with its books, is kind of gives you the kind of inspiration, some kind of principles to guide the game experience by kind of what they were thinking when they designed the system. So they've got 8 of these listed. So riff from the movies, number 1. Limit their resources. Stay in the shadows. Increase the pressure. Let them breathe. Fuel their agendas. Bring horrible death. And reveal the universe. That's nice. So I think, in our review we'll go through these more thoroughly and kind of talk about how that works in the world. But that's nice. The game principles, I think, help a lot, kind of give you the idea of what they're going for. And here's the theme. So space horror, sci-fi action, and then the sense of wonder. So discovery and exploration. That's nice. I was hoping that there'd be something like that in there where it wasn't just constantly combat with aliens, but they actually gave you some reasons to explore and some things to find, and the kind of the desire just to get out there, no matter what the dangers. All right, leaving stress. So cinematic play. So non-player characters. So creating NPCs. Nice. So they give you basic rules for creating NPCs, and then the cinematic play and campaign play both explained. And so the session 0 they encourage probably for character creation and kind of setting up the world. Yeah, this is great. Governments and corporations. Yeah, still the art is really great in this book. I think it's supported really well. Oh, so great. So they're going to do all the factions. So the 3-world empire and their leaders and relationships, the United Americas, the Union of Progressive Peoples. And you can, from the flags, you can kind of guess what these little factions are comprised of. The Independent Core System Colonies, and the Interstellar Commerce Commission, and of course Weyland-Yutani. Nice. And LaSalle Bionational. Siegson. Nice. I'll see who. Yeah, these are some more corporations. So so factions and corporations are definitely competing. So planets and systems. Great. They're going to go through what is on that map and kind of what. New Eden sector. That's great. So the core system, the outer veil, all the different sectors that they've put on the map, and I'm sure they're going to give you some travel and some nice flavor. Background, the Outer Rim territories. This is great. Yeah, so that whole map will kind of be explained and kind of what's out there and what you're dealing with. That's great. And the frontier, so the uncharted. Excellent. Oh, this looks great. Wow. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, seen some of these pieces. It's nice to see them in print, though, on this scale. Alien species, so the bestiary. So the engineers. Oh, wow. So engineers, they're describing kind of the the role and the place of the engineers. So that, of course, that'll definitely be just like in Prometheus. That'll be part of the reason for exploration, is you can actually create a, find our makers, find the signal, you can trace the signal kind of things for, for exploration. So the xenomorphs, neomorphs, and all their stages of development, xenomorphs. Great. And scale of everything, that's good. Can give you a sense of how big things are. I think I made the neomorphs a little bit bigger than, than they should have been. One of them would be very imposing. Nice. Yeah, beautiful art. Soldiers and sentries, stalkers, scouts, and drones. Alien hive. And then other extrasolar species. Great, so things that aren't xenomorphs, right? So the swarm, harvesters, lionworms, Tanakans, scorpionids. Nice, yeah, so a lot of things that, maybe settlers and the colonists will encounter just as hazards and pests in the colonies. And then campaign play. The framework of campaign. Creating the star systems. Nice. Give rules for temperatures and what's on an ice planet. Job generator. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because it looks like, especially if you're a space trucker or a pilot or an officer, you're going to be just doing jobs. So this will let the game master develop or produce jobs, randomly produce jobs and give them values, encounters, plot twists, more non-player characters. Novgorod Station. Nice. So some plans of the space station. And then Hadley's, or Hope's Last Day. So the Hadley's Hope setting. Wow. So they've got, they give you the campaign. So just a few pages. So setup of Hope's Last Day. And so you have the map on the back of your star map for Hadley's Hope. And then the NPCs involved. So I think in the deck, we had cards for these NPCs. Nice. What I'm spoiling things. So this is the back of that map, the floor plan. Hadley's Hope, and then locations. Yeah, so it seems like it's not as big. Yeah, there's more. It's not as big as. Oh, nice. And here's distances. So space combat map. That's nice. So you can put things at certain distances and have some idea of what that's, how that's affecting them distance-wise. Ooh, and the character sheet. Nice. So this is hard to copy, but they did make a printer-friendly version. So of course on just black lines on white to make it use less ink. I mean, these are beautiful, but unless you're going to be stealing toner from your job, it's going to be hard to print these out. And then the index of everything. And then again, the star map in your sleeve. Nice. Yeah, and it was always the, and then of course the Fox logo, because they licensed the IP. So yeah, nice quality book, very similar to their other books, so not glossy or anything. It has that nice kind of satin finish and very nice quality. So that is it. So that's what you get in the basic kind of everything set. So the dice, the map, the counters, and the cards. So just to give you an idea. So this is available starting December 10th, 2019. At retail, on the Free League store, and probably everywhere else you can buy their role-playing games. So keep an eye out for that. It's a nice set. They did a nice job producing it, and we've really enjoyed their starting adventure already. So it's nice to have the physical books, and I think it's going to add quite a bit to the... these are nice aids for gameplay, so I think it will do well. So thank you for joining me. If you liked this video and like the unboxing of this set, please give me a like. And if you would like to see more, please subscribe to this channel. We have 4 sessions of an actual play for the cinematic starting adventure. And if you'd like to follow us, Idle Red Hands on Twitter at Idle Red Hands, and idleredhands.com is the website. So thank you for joining me. Goodbye.